Hey folks, Technivorous here. Today we're taking a look at a different slicer. We have reviewed this slicer before, but not in a while. This is IdeaMaker 4.1.1, and it is completely free and has a ton of features. So let's jump right into why you should be getting this on your radar immediately and checking it out right now on the Technivorous channel. Hey folks, Technivorous here. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, but stick around because today we're going to be talking about some pretty interesting stuff I don't think you're going to want to miss. Welcome back folks. As I said, this is IdeaMaker. This is made by Raise 3D. It is a completely free slicer. I'll have a link for the available download down below. And this is version 4.1.1. And I have it set up for my Artillery Genius today. We're not actually going to be running a print. I'm going to go ahead and file. We're going to open a model here, and I'm going to show you some of the features. And then if you would like to see a video on how to set up IdeaMaker, or you have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and hit me up in the comments down below and let me know that that's something that you're interested in, because I can definitely do that. I just want to show you for a free slicer how awesome this guy really is. So let's find something I like. But this is the model that I've imported, and you can see I have some settings here. I have a very basic interface that's pretty easy to run. You pan with the click here. You can move around the object, and obviously you have rotate and scale. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Free cut is the first one that you're not really going to see anywhere in Cura, and the way that you do this is to take it, you can actually rotate the plane into the direction that you want it to be, like that, and then once you hit start cut, it will actually bisect the model into two different models. Now keep in mind you can do this along that plane as many times as you want. So say I wanted to do another one, I could rotate and cut it again. I would have to select both models or do it independently because it's only acting on the selected model at the time. So other things to see: support. Obviously there is support here. But there is a nice, very plain to see manual support section. I'm not going to be using support in this model, but I highly encourage you to check that out. It's very, very easy. In fact, let's go ahead and we'll lift one of these so it needs support, just to show you how simple this is. So let's see, we have this model selected, and we can either create auto supports, let's clear supports, or we can edit where we would like supports and then add them in individually. So if I go to edit, we can change the pillar Z position and the pillar height by selecting. Okay, so let's place one. Then if I edit, I can edit this one, and I can change the pillar height and the Z position if I want to move it slightly. But that's pretty awesome as far as being able to just do stuff like that. There's also the touch platform only and detect small features options with create auto support. So lots to play around with there, lots to do. And again, this slicer is entirely free, so do what you will with that. There is a modifier button. You can add modifiers such as boxes, spheres, cylinders, or you can add one from the local disk. So if I want to go in here, I can add a regular box 10 by 10 millimeters. This you can either use as support or to do other, there's lots you can do with that. It's pretty interesting, and it's not the only kind of modifiers. Like I said, you can do custom ones from your local disk here. So texture, now this is an interesting one. So let's select this object that's floating here, and we're going to do a custom texture. The mapping, we're going to do cube so it shows up on the bottom surface here, hopefully. We will add a texture. Let's see, we need a file. I have some on the desktop. So see if we can add this. See what happens. Yeah, so it does. It adds a texture, but that is not a three-dimensional texture. It's 2D, so it's not going to print that feature when it prints it. And obviously it's going to depend on, I think, the cylinder. Nope. If it had been a whole thing, it looks like it would have done that ring pretty well. So we can repeat. Lots of settings there too. So I don't know why you would want to put a texture on there if it doesn't actually physically show up in the model, but it's kind of cool for visual in here. So One of the other options is to select an item and go max fit, and it will make it as big as you can possibly make it. And of course that is based on its orientation. If I turned and rotated this, I could make it slightly bigger. And then they have simple duplicate, they have a repair feature, and then this is to hook up to your printer. So if I go to the IdeaMaker library, it's going to open their website, and you get a bunch of profiles. So this is where I would start if you're looking for a profile for your 3D printer. They do have third-party printers in here. As you can see, we just passed the Artillery Hornet, and there are several others as well. You can kind of just check the printer model and the brand name and find it that way as well. So that's the best way to get it set up, and I definitely recommend checking this out. It is great software, guys. If you want to see more videos on this software in the future, leave me some comments down below with questions letting me know what you'd like to know about Raise 3D IdeaMaker. And as I said, check out that link down below because this software is amazing, and seeing as how Kira seems to be starting to make features pay to play, I think this might be the way to go for the hobbyist in the future.
Stick around, guys. I got another YouTube recommended video for you right here. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Make sure that you smash that like button. We'll see you in the next one. Technivorous out.